That's a loss for the Pacers, the end of their 6-game winning streak. Cavs come in here and handle them 127-117. Tony East here with Forbes and Locked On Pacers on the floor still in Gainbridge Fieldhouse with much to discuss from round 2 of Pacers-Cavs. Very hard to beat a team twice in a row in the NBA, as the Pacers found out tonight. They beat the Cavs 2 days ago. Cavs come back with a vengeance, a blistering offensive night for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Didn't even shoot that well from 3 on their way to doing it. 34% from deep were the Cavs, but they dominated the paint. That was the Pacers' biggest struggle of this game. 52 points in the paint for the Cavs, who also did very well from non-paint 2-point areas in this game. They were on fire inside the arc, and they made 26 free throws. The Pacers only made 17. Cavs took 9 more foul shots. Rick Carlisle, Pacers head coach, pointing to that free throw difference as a key factor in this game. Cavs offense never, ever slowed down in this game, which was actually their best defense, fittingly enough, as they kept scoring and really scoring pretty easily for much of the game. If you check out their shot chart, they were on fire from pretty much everywhere. They took very analytically efficient shots. When you score, you can get back on defense easier. You're not in transition. And the Cavs in the second half primarily really set up a lot of zone. They loved to get into that zone defense. Evan Mobley at the back was captaining it, getting guys where they needed to be. And the Pacers struggled with it, especially without Tyrese Halliburton, a distributor and shooter. The Pacers had to try different things. They, at times, found some success from the corners. They shot it very well in this game, 12 for 28 from 3, but pretty low volume with only 28. Halliburton very good at creating those threes, so that zone defense was making it hard for the Pacers to score, and that zone defense was possible because the Cavs kept scoring, and so then the Pacers would not score, and the Cavs would get an easier basket, and that snowball effect really took hold of the game in the second half. It was a 1-point game at halftime, 61-62 in favor of the Cavs, and then 38-28 third quarter, and the Cavs were better early in the fourth as their lead stayed over 10. Pacers did get it down to 5 at one point in the fourth quarter, but never led in the second half. It was tied at times in the third quarter. The key stretch of this game where all that stuff I just described happened, where Cavs score, easy Cavs stop, snowball, the Cavalanche, as it's referred to, was the middle of the second quarter. Miles Turner cuts in for a dunk with 7:55 to go in that third quarter, makes it a 2-point game at 74-72. Timeout Cavs, who bring in Max Strus and Karis LeVert, and off they go. They very quickly scored 5 points. A minute later, they were up 7. A minute and a half later, the Pacers still weren't really putting points on the board. 2 minutes later, they were up 8, and all of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, their lead got to 15 after an Evan Mobley three-pointer with 3:36 to go. So for about 4 minutes and 20 seconds, the Cavs lead went from 2 to 15 as they scored with ease. That's what they do. They call it the Cavalanche for a reason. It happens so fast, you never see it coming. And the Pacers very quickly chipped that down a little bit. They kept it close enough to feel like they were in it for much of the fourth quarter, but a Cavs late flurry really put it away for Cleveland, and that third quarter stretch is going to haunt the Pacers. They were playing pretty well, hanging around with the Cavs team playing okay. I think the Pacers still looked fine in this game, especially considering they were without their best offensive star, but certainly something missing for them, and they couldn't quite get it done. And credit to the Cavs, especially Donovan Mitchell, who had that pound dribble to his left or to his right, swing the ball through the paint, left-handed shot that he likes going in this game. He had 35 points on 23 shots, 8 free throws. He had 9 rebounds as well. He was terrific, highest plus-minus on the Cavs. He requires a ton of attention. The Pacers were giving it to him, and on the possessions he wasn't scoring, the lessened pressure for others was really helping. Darius Garland had a much better game than he did in the first round of these 2 games with 24 points and 7 assists. Evan Mobley was amazing. I thought he was the best player on the floor for either team tonight. 13 rebounds, 22 points, and awesome defense. And Jared Allen was 5 for 6 with 9 rebounds. When he doesn't miss like that, it's hard to beat the Cavs. So their starters were great. Pacers would have hoped that they could keep up with some bench success, especially with Karis LeVert going 1 for 6. But alas, Max Strus had a nice game. George Niang banged in some shots, and the Pacers bench, not another 2 consecutive just kind of games. They were okay in Cleveland, pretty good at times, but Obi Toppin 4 for 9, Jarris Walker 4 for 8. Jarris was okay. TJ McConnell 5 for 11. Thomas Bryant hit some huge threes late, but was not ineffective, but not as effective as usual until those threes in the fourth quarter. They needed more from that bench group to keep up, and they didn't get it. So the starters versus starter minutes were all Cavs, and that really changed the game. Evan Mobley versus Miles Turner was all Mobley in this game. Another story to me for this one was Pascal Siakam's goofy splits. 21 points at halftime, 9 for 11 from the field. He was playing some excellent basketball. He was a matchup nightmare for the Cavs at times. Their bigs can defend him, but the amount of attention attention he requires takes them away from areas where they can, successfully cover two other people or do pick and rolls, any sort of thing like that. I found it very impressive that Siakam was doing what he was doing and how it bent the Cavs defense. In the second half, small Cavs adjustments, Siakam only took 5 shots and only made one of them in the second half. He finished with 23, 7, and 4. That seems like a good game, but in that second half, only 2 points after he was carrying the Pacers in the first half and well on his way to a season high in scoring. They could not get him going again. They had to rely on others, and Benedict Mathurin had a nice scoring second half. We will definitely talk about him later. They had some other guys who contributed. Jarris Walker had some buckets in the second half. Again, Thomas Bryant hit those threes. So did Obi Toppin hit a key corner 3 in the second half. They found ways to score and keep up. Andrew Nembhard had 9 assists in this game, but they didn't have enough offense, and they couldn't rely on a star player to give it to him. With Halliburton out and Siakam largely shut down or contained in the second half, I asked about that to Siakam and Rick Carlisle after the game, because that was a very interesting part of the story of this game to me, and it's been a thing for the Pacers all season long. Siakam taking way more shots in the first half than the second half, and some of that is adjustments from the other team, and some of that is a Pacers-specific issue that they will have to sort out. This is not a bad loss by any means. The Cavs are very good. They've beaten tons of good teams this year. There's a reason they have the best record in the NBA. The Pacers should hold their heads high that this game was as close as it was without Halliburton, but I mean, their fans will walk away thinking this could have gone a different way completely. Lots of interesting fouls that led to a lot of ref chants from fans in the arena. An early unsportsmanlike flagrant, I believe it was deemed by the league. I can check the pool report while I'm talking to be more specific. The foul on Andrew Nembhard in the first half was deemed an unsportsmanlike technical, as he hits Jared Allen with an elbow, and then Jared Allen falls down with his leg somehow, even though he got hit in the chest, and then it was called a foul on Miles Turner at first, then it was deemed a tech on Andrew Nembhard. Very confusing. Fans did not like that one at all. Then Ben Mathurin got a tech for doing a chin-up on the rim. That is technically illegal by the rule book. Every fan hates that because why is that a technical? Evan Mobley did lesser version of the same thing, did not get a tech. Fans then hated that. And then Ben Mathurin thought he blocked Evan Mobley in the fourth quarter. It was called a defensive foul. It was a defensive foul. Ben Mathurin was wrong to be as argumentative as he was, but he ran over to Natalie Sago, one of the officials. If I pronounced your last name wrong, I apologize. Right after that, got right up on her. Looks like he bumped her. Was given a second tech and then clapped and kept saying things, and was given a third technical, which I did not even know was possible. I did the pool report. You can read on the official NBA site where they said 1 unsportsmanlike tech for hanging on the rim and then 2 consecutive techs after that foul call for Mathurin. So 3 technical fouls in this game for Mathurin. He was obviously ejected in that sequence of events as Donovan Mitchell made the 2 extra free throws for the Cavs. So weird moment. I've never seen a player get 3 techs. Alas, the Pacers did lose that free throw battle by 9, and the fans hated it. Ben Mathurin admitting after the game he apologized to Natalie Sago for that interaction as he was ejected. He was playing quite well in the second half. He had 19 points. He was helping the Pacers stay in it. They needed a guard to be good against that Cavs team, and he was that guard, but still, I don't think that's the reason the Pacers lost. Just another story from this game, and we'll have much more about all the stories from this game on Locked On Pacers. See you there.